Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Welcome to the Banana Republic. Today is March 31. March 31 in the year 2023. The Banana Republic is official. We are officially in the Banana Republic. Inescapably. We are bananatized. Bonanatized. Total banana. Lock up your former president. He's bad. Let him prove his innocence, as Nancy Pelosi said. Oh, Trump, he has to prove he's innocent. What happened to the presumption of innocence? Oh, we don't do that anymore. You're guilty and you have to prove you're innocent. Because I say so. That's where we are, man. You are here. You are here. Good morning, everybody. Janelle, what's up, man? Vinny DiMartini. Vinny, what's up, Vinny? Vinny's in the house. William Smith, Champs. Snake, what's up, Snake? JJ Wolf. Andy Garcia. Welcome, everybody. And those of you lurking from abroad, this is what corruption looks like. This is what political prosecution, election interference looks like. Donald J. Trump indicted. Lock him up. That's what they wanted, right? They wanted to lock them up. Good morning, everybody. Mark Sconti reporting. How are you today? Again, March 31. One more day of March, and then we're it's still cold here in Northeast Pennsylvania. 32 degrees. Still cold. Got my heater on. I got my coat on. My toes are cold. But wow, what a day! So Alvin Bragg, the confirmed, politically motivated racist, fat guy, black fat racist from New York, who got elected somehow as the district attorney over there, is going after Trump. He's going after Trump. What else has he got to lose? Nothing. He wants to make a name for himself. Him and Letitia James, two black racists up there in New York, they're going for broke. They're going to dredge up Donald Trump's entire life that he lived in New York as a real estate broker and then a candidate for the presidency of the United States, and they're going to just flip his dirt until they find something, all right? Because that's how banana republics work. It's not there's a crime committed and then you're innocent until we can prove the crime occurred. No. You're guilty, and as Nancy Pelosi said in her own words, Speaker of the House, former Speaker of the House who led the Democratic Party for many, many, many years, has confirmed in her own words that Trump must prove that he is innocent. That's what Nancy Pelosi said. Where's Nancy? And then a candidate, what's Nancy? Nancy said, Nancy said, look, Nancy wrote, the grand jury has acted upon the facts and the law. No one is above the law, and everybody has the right to a trial to prove innocence. Nancy Pelosi said that. Everybody has the right to a trial to prove her innocence. Has she not forgotten that the law and even the that's like a fucking United Nations law. You're innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until proven innocent. It's a a backwards ass way of looking at the world. Where's my thumbnail? Oh, here it is. It's my thumbnail. Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump. Does it play? How does it play out for Trump? Is Trump in a bad situation right now? Has Trump got himself a situation that he can't handle, or is it just another free couple of million, many millions of dollars in free press? Because that's what I think it is. That's sure what it looks like, because Trump is, essentially Trump is being charged on their frivolous kind of sort of election misdemeanors, a lot of them. And Alvin Bragg over there in New York apparently is trying to escalate it to a low-level felony. And look, Trump is a candidate for the president of the United States. Latest polls, I guess, according to Fox, if they're truthful, Trump is leading Biden by a whopping 30%. A sitting president is being beaten by a former sitting president by 30% in the polls. Do you think that this story is going to slow Trump down, or is it just going to make the case that we are living in a banana republic? This is political prosecution. This is what election interference looks like. There's a guy running out. He's leading. Use the criminal justice system to kneecap him. Slow him down. He's getting too big, too fast. So that's what it is. Now, on the other hand, the story plays into a smaller majority of the country that they went to sleep. See, after the pandemic, a lot of people on the radical left, the people that just fucking hated Trump for no real reason. They just didn't like him. A lot of women didn't like him. They thought he was a misogynist. He's too manly. Some racists thought that he was racist or whatever the reason was. But those people, I got to tell you, for the most part, are not following politics anymore because it gets so divisive and so ugly that they just throw their hands up and they walk away. So those people, and on the right as well, people that wanted to see Hillary Clinton locked up, a lot of the extreme left and extreme right have stopped paying attention to modern day politics, the current politics right now. And so when they flip open the paper and they see Trump indicted, they go back 6 months in their mind and say, see, I told you so. I told you Trump was a criminal and he's going to jail. And now they get excited again. Right? So it's a win for the Democrats, for a small majority of people, a small majority of their base. However, for the remainder, the independent and the Republican Party are looking at this as if it is what it is, which is interference in an election. No one is ever brought to trial for something so minor. Hold on a second. Something is never brought to trial like this for something so minor. Remember, the lawyer who gave the hush money to Horseface Stormy Daniels a long time ago, Michael Cohen, he served prison time for falsifying records. He's the key witness. A convicted liar, admitted liar, is now going to say Trump told me what to do. Nobody's going to believe him. And even if they do, this trial could go on for 10 years. Trump will have been elected as president, and the case will go away. The day Trump gets elected, this case will get dissolved. Alvin Bragg will be gone. Right? But it is unprecedented. Never before in modern history has a criminal justice system weaponized itself against a former president and current political candidate in such a fashion. It's never happened before. We've always respected former presidents, whether we like them or not. Basically, so long as they go off into the horizon and shut their mouth. Trump is not doing that. Trump wants to be president again, which is also unprecedented in modern history. Most one-time presidents who allegedly fail, for lack of a better term, I don't think he failed, but most one-time presidents who lose their second election usually go off into the distance quietly, and Trump's not doing that. Therefore, the Banana Republic sees him as a threat. So let's unpack some of this stuff. My name is Marcus Conte, and I have a website. If you want to contribute to this program, best way to do it is through Zelle. Zelle, the banking transfer, Zelle. This is how we stay alive. You could Zelle anywhere from $1 to $1 million through Short Happy Life. If you like this commentary, definitely consider giving a contribution, because I'm not going to go away. The more you give, the more I get. The more I get. The more you give, the bigger I get, and the louder I get. I get louder. When you give, I get louder. I get louder. I'm the new Alex Jones, right? For lack of a better example, I'm Alex Jones now. But anyway, so yeah, every morning 9 a.m. educational, philosophical. We're not. This is not any kind of expose or anything like that. We're just talking about current events. I'm a guy who makes videos in an educational and philosophical orientation, and we do that every morning at 9 a.m. right here on YouTube. Which has been pretty good so far. If it fails, we'll go over to BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Truth Social, and wherever else social media is consumed. We're there. We're already there. Don't say, Conte, why don't you go over to BitChute? We're already there. We're there. Look, we're there. We're there. Every day we're there. We're here, and then we're there. So thank you for joining me. Let's start here. Good news. You heard? The QAnon shaman Jacob Chensley released from prison. Wow! You remember? Let's listen to Tucker spin. Let's listen to Tucker spin. Spin it, Tucker.
The most famous person arrested that day.
Wait a second.
Was a Navy veteran from Arizona called Jacob Chansley, often referred to as the QAnon shaman.
The so-called QAnon shaman. QAnon shaman.
Someone named Q Shaman.
Jacob Chansley became the face of January 6th, a dangerous conspiracy theorist dressed in outlandish costume who led the violent insurrection to overthrow American democracy. For these crimes, Chansley was sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison, far more time than many violent criminals now receive. What did Jacob Chansley do to receive this punishment? To this day, there is dispute over how Chansley got into the Capitol building. But according to our review of the internal surveillance video, it is very clear what happened once he got inside. Virtually every moment of his time inside the Capitol was caught on tape. The tapes show that Capitol Police never stopped Jacob Chansley. They helped him. They acted as his tour guides. Here's video of Chansley.
That's not entirely true, though. They didn't stop him, because the reason they didn't stop him, Tucker, is because there were like 100,000 people out on the steps of Congress ready to storm the gate. So the police are actually, right, again, he didn't do anything wrong. I'm just pointing out the contradiction there. They're following him. They're keeping an eye on him to see where he goes. Because if they try to grab him, they're going to have to grab another 100,000 people, which they didn't have enough people to do, to stop the insurgence of people. But anyway.
Chansley in the Senate chamber. Capitol Police officers take him to multiple entrances.
Should he have gotten 4 years in jail for what he did? No. He should have gotten a desk appearance ticket for disorderly conduct or breaking a window or whatever else he did. Period. He's in the House of the People, Congress.
And even try to open locked doors for him. We counted at least 9 officers who were within touching distance of unarmed Jacob Chansley. Not one of them even tried to slow him down. Chansley understood that Capitol Police were his allies. Video shows him giving thanks for them in a prayer on the floor.
They weren't his allies. They're doing police work. They were told to not touch anybody, not arrest anybody. That is a enforcement tactic. Don't fucking touch anybody because we're way outnumbered. Way outnumbered. No way. If we start touching people, these cops are dead. All right, that's why they did that.
Or of the Senate. Watch.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving the inspiration needed to these police officers to allow us in this building.
Contrast the reality of what Jacob Chansley did in the Capitol building on January 6th, the indisputable facts recorded on video.
All right, so we know who Jacob Chansley is. Should he have done even 10 minutes in prison for what he did? Absolutely fucking not. But thank you, Tucker Carlson, for bringing the story to front and center, using the video that the public never saw. A very peaceful guy walking around, a showman, a fucking, he was a political activist. Right? He was a guy who was at the Trump rally. He wore an outrageous costume, and then the crowd decided to go down to the steps of Congress and confront their Congress people, and for that he was prosecuted. Right? But he's nothing more than just a regular, American citizen who was wearing an outrageous costume. He was politically active, so he's out. And I expect him, I would almost guarantee that he's going to be on Tucker Carlson's show. Probably not looking like this. I'm sure he'll put together a costume. Guy's bald as hell, man. But, yeah, we'll see. We're going to see more of this guy. I wonder if he still has his headset. He'll make another one. He's rich now. He'll be rich. He'll write a book. He'll do the talk show circuit. And congratulations, Chansley, Mr. Chansley, Jacob Chansley. If you're out there and you're watching this program, you are welcome anytime to come on this program and talk it out, man. You can let it all hang out right here, man, because we're with you. We're with you on that. So Trump got indicted. We heard, right? What did he get indicted for? We're going to find out. Trump campaign. Moments after that indictment dropped yesterday, Trump sent out a fundraiser, Friends, Trump 2024, Make America Great Again. In just 24 hours, we'll have to close the books on our campaign's first mandated deadline of the year with the Federal Election Commission. And make no mistake, when our first quarter fundraiser numbers go public, the Democrats will score through those reports to see if Soros and the deep state's witch hunt out of Manhattan weakened our movement. So Trump making a point about calling it straight out, it's a witch hunt, Manhattan, trying to weaken his position as a front runner. Political prosecution, that is an unbelievable foul. You don't go after somebody when they're running for election in America. You just don't do it unless it's really, really bad. But this is bullshit right here. This is bullshit. Any politician can be brought into court and have their dirt flipped. And at some point, you might find a misdemeanor or something that could be construed as a misdemeanor or two and hold them accountable. Any politician, all of them do this. Flipping, commingling funds. Fucking Hillary Clinton, the queen of commingle, where all the funds are hers. Right? Hillary Clinton took money from donors. The money was promised to down ballot candidates during the 2016 election. She took all of the money and put it in her campaign, right? And the investors in that idea, the donors, got screwed. That is commingling funds. That is stealing. I'm going to give some money because it's going down ballot. I'm going to give $10,000. I want $1,000 to go to Hillary, and I want $9,000 down ballot. And Hillary Clinton turns around and puts the whole $9,999 in her pocket and gives everybody else $1. Right? That's commingling funds. That's illegal. So, but and then spending it on your fucking trip to Saudi Arabia to shake hands, or whatever else. But this is what Trump is being charged with is rather ridiculous. Let's keep going. Let's see what we got. So Manhattan, Donald Trump indicted in Stormy Daniels' hush money probe by grand jury. Donald Trump was indicted by a Manhattan grand jury on Thursday over hush money payments made ahead of the 2016 election, making the first ever criminal case against a former U.S. president. 2016. What? Are you kidding me? You're talking about 2016? Oh, my God. Hillary Clinton's going to make an appearance now. So the sealed indictment was filed with the clerk's office in Manhattan Supreme Court in Lower Manhattan. It's confirmed Trump is facing over 30 counts connected to the business fraud, CNN reports. The unprecedented indictment comes as Trump, 76 years old, is attempting to regain the White House for a third time, running for the 2024 Republican nomination. It follows a 5-year investigation by District Attorney in New York into Trump. Trump says this is political prosecution and election interference at the highest levels in history. In history, this is I agree. This is way up there. This is way up there. I don't see anything similar. I mean, you could say that Hillary should be locked up for the crimes that she committed. You could say that Bernie Sanders is a Russian spy and a socialist, but you don't convict him or indict him. You don't parade a fake case in front of a grand jury, right, and get an indictment from a grand jury and then bring a criminal case against your political opponent. That is, it doesn't even happen in fucking Honduras and Ecuador and Panama and all these other, fucking guerrilla republics. It happens here. So it is happening here. There's no doubt about it. What happens next for Trump? What's next? What is an indictment? Indictment solidifies the charges against the defendant, meaning a grand jury has determined there is enough evidence to warrant a trial after reviewing testimony presented solely by prosecutors. Just know what a grand jury is. A grand jury is a couple of, 50, 60 people. They sit in the crowd and they listen to one prosecutor make a case. Right? I don't know if you need a judge to approve the grand jury. I don't know exactly how that works. But somehow they got these prosecutors because they're really, really headstrong about, getting Trump. Trying to get something on him to slow him down. They got their indictment. They got, it's long been said that you can indict a ham sandwich. Ever heard that expression? Oh, you can indict a ham sandwich. Because it's only one, you're only hearing one side of the case. You're not hearing the other side. You're hearing a bunch of prosecutors make a case. So the grand jury got their indictment. Alvin Bragg, he's running for re-election. This is a guy trying to make his mark on the back of Trump, just like the other one, Letitia James. Same thing. His horseface Stormy Daniels, she's loving it. She is loving it. What charges would Trump face? It's unclear. Minor violations of campaign finance law. We're going to see the unsealed indictment very soon. We just don't have it yet. The alleged criminal deed would amount to a reported low-level felony for which Trump could face 4 years in prison if convicted. Absolutely not going to happen. Not going to happen. What happens following the indictment? Bragg's office will call Trump's lawyer to inform them of grand jury decision. There's no way that Trump, first of all, there's no way that you can get a fair trial. How are you going to get a fair trial with someone so politically charged, a candidate for the presidency of the United States? How are you going to get a fair trial during an election? Anybody who doesn't, are you going to vote for Trump? Yes. You can't be on the panel. Are you voting for Joe Biden? Yes. Well, you can't be on the panel. You're biased. Everybody in this case has a personal interest in the outcome. If Trump is convicted, then Joe Biden is the winner. Right? You're doing an election in a court. So how possibly could you get a fair trial? What kind of questions are you going to ask people? Have you ever heard of my client Donald Trump? Of course I heard of Donald Trump. He was the president. Did you like him? No, I thought he was a racist. Or, oh yeah, I loved him. He was really good. And then they'll ask questions like, was the January 6th event an insurrection? And if you say yes, you're showing bias. In my view, and I know I'm not a legal expert, but as things move on, you'll see that this view is probably correct, in that you're not going to be able to get a fair trial in this case. He is probably the most famous human being on earth, Donald Trump. More people know Trump. You could go to the fucking sticks of Africa and say Trump, and people go, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. They'll know Trump. Everywhere, in every corner of the world, there certainly is not a single American that doesn't know who Trump is. So, fair trial, not possible. Right? Not possible. So the charges are ridiculous, not going to hold. And again, if you're viewing this and you think that I'm some sort of Trump touter, no, I'm not. I'm not at all. I thought Trump was right for the times at that time and such, but this is about American politics, about the American legal system. When you're, put yourself in that position. You're a former president and you're running, and for years this business of Stormy Daniels went away. Nobody was interested in prosecuting it because it didn't have any teeth. Right? But now you're being prosecuted for it. It's clear. I just lost my train of thought. Secret Service. That's right. Trump has Secret Service. How's Secret Service going to handle their guy being arrested? Will they do a perp walk? Meaning, will Trump be paraded in front of the cameras in handcuffs? If they do, boy, I'll tell you, that is a fucking king-size endorsement for Trump. See, Trump positions himself as the regular guy being prosecuted. Right? Is Trump ever going to go to jail for this? It's ridiculous to even talk about it. Is it going to hurt his political oomph? To some, I think it's going to split people even more. It's going to wake up a lot of sleepy Democrats. Oh, yeah, Trump's going to jail. You heard? Let's wake up again. Let's fight. Let's go on Facebook and argue back and forth again. I see. I was right. You're fucking stupid, man. See? Trump's a fucking animal, man. He's a racist and a misogynist, man. He needs to go to prison. He's a fucking criminal. Those people are going to come back because they think that they were right. And then the other side that opposes that radical view is also going to come back, and maybe they'll start a fight in between. And then once there's a fight, then they can close the cage on and say, see, Trump supporters, they're violent. They're instituting violence. They're aggravating violence. They're initiating violence. You see? Shut the gate. Look, if you're a Trump supporter, don't move towards the radicalness of this. Just brush it off. Like, it is what it is. Is it political prosecution? Is it election interference? Yes, that's what it is. This is what it looks like. Is it happening in your country? Yes, it is. So address it from a sane, balanced position, rather than getting all worked up about it and going out into the street facing a bunch of black racists with signs and arguing and fighting in the street. Don't do that. That's not the way it works anymore. That's a rabbit hole. But if you do it, I'll be there with the camera to report on it. Guaranteed, right? Fucking, I'll be there. Because it's excitement. You're creating this. You're feeding the fucking animal by doing that. Don't feed the problem. Right? You're feeding this fat racist mother effer up there in New York, the DA Alvin Bragg. Will Trump have his mugshot taken? He might be booked and mugshotted. That's fantastic, right? Miranda rights protect fingerprints and have his mugshot taken. The DA office will determine if that's necessary. Don't they already have Trump's? Of course they have Trump's fingerprints. They just want to make sure they have the right guy. That's no big deal. It takes 5 minutes. There's no ink anymore. You just put your hand on the fucking thing and you're done. State law prohibits authorities from releasing mugshots. We might not see a mugshot of Trump, although we'd like to. Will Trump be handcuffed? Trump will, according to the New York Post, Trump will likely dodge handcuffs at least until he's brought into court for arraignment. So, will there be cameras in the courtroom? If there are, we'll get to see Trump paraded. I think it works to Trump's advantage, because once he's in court, his attorneys can simply turn to the judge and say, I'd like my client's handcuffs removed, and the judge will say, of course. And the handcuffs are gone forever. And Trump will walk out the door on some sort of bail or some sort of... the only way Trump could ever be held is that he becomes a flight risk. Is Trump a flight risk? Hell fucking no. Where's he going? Where is Trump going to go? Trump can't go anywhere. He's a former president of the United States. Don't you understand that? This guy was responsible for actions at the very top of government in terms of wars, in terms of overthrowing and or supporting other governments. Trump can't get on a plane and just go somewhere and disappear. Are you fucking kidding me? So he's not a flight risk. He'll never be a flight risk. An important question. Jury selection alone could be exhaustive in a case involving a former president. Experts say they would not expect any trial to begin for months, possibly even after the 2024 election. Do you know how loud Trump is going to be? How do you challenge Trump on a stage and say that when Joe Biden says, look at you, you're fucking criminal. You fudged your records. And Trump is, how do you say that with such a shitty case? Right? I don't think you can. Can Trump still run for office? Of course he can. There's nothing in the only requirement for running for president of the United States is that you are an American citizen. That's all that matters. No, that you were born in America. Excuse me. I correct that. You're an American citizen, but you were born in America. That's the only way. If you were born somewhere else, you can't be a president of the United States. What else do we know about this? What else? Democrat Alvin Bragg has a bad case of bias. He sure does. I don't want to keep flipping that. We already said that. But the Nancy Pelosi comment really tells you the heart and soul of the Democratic Party. Nancy Pelosi, if you remember who she is the former House Speaker of the House, and her husband killed his brother in a drunken driving accident when he was 19, but was never convicted. He drove again drunk and was charged with DUI. Nancy Pelosi started a career as a poor girl from San Francisco, ended her career with over $100 million in the bank, has taken money from every large corporation in the fucking world. And that Nancy Pelosi said, no one is above the law and everyone has the right to a trial to prove innocence. Now, that is the comment of the year. Nancy Pelosi tweets on her own account. Is it official? Did she say it? She sure did. Readers added context they thought people might want to know. Nancy Pelosi mistakenly said that Trump can prove his innocence at trial. Law in the United States assumes the innocence of a defendant, and the prosecution must prove guilt for a conviction. That is the presumption of innocence. Nancy Pelosi, one of the highest... How did Nancy Pelosi make such a mistake? Because in her mind, it's not a mistake. He could prove his innocence. If he's innocent, he'll prove it. No, that's not how it works. You don't drag people into court and then have them spend all their time and money proving that your stupid, frivolous case is exactly that. So Nancy Pelosi speaks. This guy, Glenn Beck, not much of a fan, but let's listen to let's listen to him spin on Tucker Carlson. He puts out a couple of good points.
Glenn Beck, thank you so much for coming on tonight. How
Thank you.
would you
very
interpret
kind of you
this?
to say.
Well, it's true.
So let me, I've got a couple of things here for you. Let me just go through. I'm going to bring I think, a different perspective to this. We have the banking crisis. They say it's fine. It's just beginning. That's
not true. I'm just going to comment on Glenn Beck. He says a couple of things at the end. The banking, you can't just say you can't just say that it's just beginning. It's a different. The banking is changing. The smaller banks are getting eaten by the bigger banks. Are the bigger banks failing? No. So don't worry about it.
We yesterday we had the Saudis and Brazil and China enter a deal to where the petrodollar is over. Brazil and China are going to trade in their own currency. That's the beginning of the end of our currency.
That is very true. I'll give Glenn Beck a story. If China and Brazil and Russia decide to not use the dollar, we're fucked with the petrodollar. Right? We're screwed. The United States can't print money anymore. They have to have something to back it rather than just more fucking fake paper.
That means a dollar collapse. That means we become Venezuela. We will have war with China. We will have war with Russia and Iran. We have the restrict bill. We have social media and our NSA and everybody else in bed with each other, silencing people. We, of course, have the raccoon dogs, which we all know is bullcrap. And now,
I don't know what that is, raccoon dogs, but I'll agree.
Now this week we have a new gun grab that they're trying to do. Biden and his family taking money from the Chinese. What do you think this Donald Trump thing is really all about?
What is it? Now get to the point, Mr. Beck. What is this Donald Trump thing all about? Tell us, please.
The America that we knew, the fundamental transformation that started in 2008 is finished. We are no longer viewed as a superpower.
Is America still viewed as a superpower? Yes. And why? Because of the two things he mentioned, that the dollar is still in place. Remember, United States is a violent fucking nation, a nation that blows people up at will. Right? We do that. We do that historically. We claim self-defense, but it's upon further investigation, it hardly is these days, right? And I forgot what I was going to say. If you think, that was the point I was trying to make. If you think countries like Brazil are going to stop using the dollar without the Americans pushing back and trying to crush them before they do it, then you don't know anything about American politics. Using the dollar is what has to happen. Right?
We are now
but we're still a superpower I didn't make the point. We're still a superpower because of the dollar and because of our military, dude. We have the biggest assembly of weapons, the most $700 billion a year dumped into building war machines. That makes us a superpower. Forget about all the other shit. We have the bigger gun. Whoever has the bigger gun wins. Might still makes right historically with humans. The loudest, most aggressive humans climb over the weak ones and stand on their shoulders and fucking crush them into the ground while they survive and everybody under them dies. We still do that, military.
Elderly, we're Joe Biden just walking into the twilight.
I don't agree with that.
What this is all about,
I don't agree with that assessment, but
I believe, is trying to inflame this country. They've wanted violence from the right from the beginning. They can't wait it. They need it.
Yes, that's very true. That is very true. You see how they jumped on all the violence that the radical left created during the pandemic, the George Floyd riots, the smashing and bashing and burning and crashing and killing. That's the left. Now, the right was guilty of one day of January 6th, pushing back just a little bit. And who died that day was one girl, Ashley Babbitt, who got shot in the face by a cop for crawling through a window, with other cops surrounding her. So yes, I agree with that, Glenn Beck. The left desperately wants the Trump tried and true to come out with their hats on and get violent so they can lock the cage around them. Don't do that.
Because if we strike out, look at January 6th, the day they're letting the shaman out of prison because it was all trumped up. Thank you, Tucker Carlson, for revealing this. The day they're letting
Tucker Carlson, I mean, if that guy, if the shaman, Mr. fucking Jacob Chensley, I tell you, man, Jacob Chensley needs to go on Tucker Carlson's show and drop to his knees, man, because Tucker Carlson got him out, man, with that video revelation. Really, he single-handedly got him out.
letting him out, they do this to Donald Trump. They want you to strike out.
Yes.
Why? Because then they can close the cage. I'm going to make another prediction for you.
I love that analogy of closing the cage, Glenn Beck. That's. I think I just said it, but that's brilliant.
Tucker, you said I got it right. Well, everything I've been talking about since 2008, this is the time. I'm going to make a prediction. By 2025, we are going to be at war.
We are at war, Glenn. We are at war. Russia has declared war on us, and we have declared Russia an enemy. We are at war. We're in a cold war with China. We are in war in Syria. We are at war.
We are
What other war are you talking about?
going to have a new dollar, a currency that it probably is coming from the central bank. We'll have a currency collapse.
By 2025, I totally disagree with that. There is no fucking way. No way. It's not that soon. It'll be gradual, and the wars will happen before that happens. That's for sure. You'll have a war before the dollar will fall.
And we will live in a virtual police state. I know that might sound crazy to a lot of people.
We already live in a virtual police state. There's cameras on every corner. What exactly are you talking about that's more? Glenn Beck, the I don't know why I'm crushing this guy, but Tucker's got him on there, so you gotta talk about him.
It's not far off. The bill.
See, this is over the top, right? Tucker, Mr. Beck is a little winded right now. He's reading from his little prophecy book, and he's getting a little ahead of the game. I think.
Bill of Rights is gone. Nobody is paying attention. Where are the Republicans? Where are the decent Democrats that can see this is insanity? Donald Trump, the reason why this is going to help Donald Trump, and that's why I don't think they're doing it so he can't run. They're doing it because they want people.
Zoot Cooter points out it wasn't Tucker who got Chensley out. It was the MAGA Republicans. They're the ones who made the tapes available to Tucker. Good point. That's true. But in itself, if the MAGA Republican, that new block of Republicans, the young Republicans, would have played those tapes on their own, you might not have gotten such an impact. Tucker was able to show people in a kind of a non-biased way. Without Tucker Carlson, it wouldn't have happened. Without the MAGA Republicans, it wouldn't have happened. It was both of them, but Tucker was definitely responsible.
People to strike out. Please turn to God, repent, pray for our country, pray for peace. Put on the full armor of God. But here's what they miss.
Tell us what he misses. What are they missing, Glenn? Tell us what they're missing.
Donald Trump is not even a person anymore. He is a symbol.
Yes.
He is a symbol of the average, everyday guy that keeps getting screwed every single time.
Bingo. And that's Trump's claim to fame right there. See, I'm just like you. I get screwed. Everything I do, I get screwed, and and my job is to work for you. And look, they're trying to stop me from helping you.
Watches other people screw up big banks, screw up their companies, and get away with it. They see people all the time doing stuff that they know if they did, they'd be in prison for 20 years. But because they're not part of the elite.
Pyramid 7 says Jacob was released according to schedule, says his own lawyer. Okay, maybe it was just coincidental. It did seem, I don't know about that. Someone serving 4 years gets out in 2. I don't know.
Elite, they get away with it. Donald Trump has taken arrow after arrow, and that's why this is the way the average American feels tonight.
Yeah.
I hope that there's a few Democrats out there, but this guy has been taking the bullets for the average person now for years, and people on the right feel.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You're talking about Donald Trump, the actor, the showman, the wrestler, the casino owner, the guy who stood in the ring was at ringside when Mike Tyson knocked fucking Michael Spinks out unconscious. I mean, he was in the ring right before that happened, in the 90-second fight. I mean, Donald Trump is a showman.
Feel like he's the only guy that really gets what the people are feeling.
He does.
And it's not gonna end.
He does, and Trump is good about surrounding himself with people who also know that. Steve Bannon, in my view, was one of the greatest political strategists. He's in the same league as David Axelrod, who got Obama elected twice. David Axelrod was rather genius in the way he tapped into the persona of America. Where was America at that moment, 2008, 2012? Axelrod fed it to Obama as Steve Bannon fed it to Trump. Now, Steve Bannon was I you know, he should have never left the White House. But
end well for the Democrats in the next election. It's just not. I don't know.
What else we got here? What else we got? Oh, that's it. We're done. Oh, shit, the market's open. Oh, my God, drop everything. It's time to look at the money. Wow, we're up. we're up. Nice. Good morning, everybody. We're talking about the stock markets right now. 9:54 New York time on March 31, 2023. How's your money doing? How is your money doing? Or your lack thereof money? NASDAQ is up 71. Big tech leading the charge, up a half a percentage point. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 180. And the S&P 500 up 20. All green. Everything is green this morning. Look at that green. Bitcoin down. It's the only red. Only red. So, big board, Apple. If you love your Apple is up another 50 cents today with 162.85, almost 163 per share. Amazon 102, Google 102. All of those Apple, Amazon, Google, both split 20 to 1 a while ago, and now they're both hovering around the $100 range. Very, very appetizing, very inviting for new investors at that level, rather than spending $4,000 on one share. Meta, 209, formerly Facebook, 151, up $1.51 today. Microsoft up 19 cents. Tesla up another $4 a share. Rivian up another 22 cents to 14.62. You better get some of that before it's too late. Get some Rivian, put some Rivian in your pocket. That shit's going way up. The wonderful, life-saving vaccine pushers, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, all green today. Moderna's up $6.42, 5%. They must be finding something else to shoot into people because they're not taking the vaccine anymore. Maybe I think they have a cancer fucking vaccine. A vaccine, be vaccinated against cancer. That in itself defies science, you know. A vaccine that fends off cancer. That's not how cancer evolves. That's not what cancer is. It's not a bacteria or a virus. It's something. It's a cell formation within the body, created by, fucking stress and anxiety and poison, other poisons. That's how cancer gets going. You're going to get a vaccine against that? That's ridiculous. The vaccine is fucking. It's a stupid idea. But anyway, thank you all for joining me. Mark Sconti reporting. I don't know, man. Trump is going to win. I think he's the favorite. I still think that Trump 2024. I don't see how Biden wins. I don't get it. I don't see how he wins. Unless the cheating is so overt. Will the Democrats cheat? Will the current administration cheat? Cheating's a bad word. Nobody cheats anymore. Will they outmaneuver Trump? Can the Democrats use all of their power and all of their position to outwit Trump and make him look sissy and go away? I don't know. As long as Trump's not in handcuffs, as long as he's allowed to get on his plane and fly around and talk to people, I think he's the winner. So anyway, I'll see you guys. See you. Have a great weekend. Don't forget to relax. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to that the things we're talking about today are really secondary to your own health. Don't forget to drink water. Take the sun. The sun is out today. Look, see the sun on my face? I feel you, sun god. I feel you, sun god. The sun god, the god of sun. The god of earth, the sun. I feel you. I'm with you. Don't forget to drink the planet water, too. Drink the water. The clean water. Drink clean water. Breathe. Breathe. Relax. Relax. Walk. Relax. Breathe. Enjoy. Enjoy yourself. Marcus Conte reporting.